Record, it's 12:48. All right, let's take up the issue of the letter and the photographs and your offer of proof, sir, if you have one.
I don't need no offer of proof.
I'll ask you a second time. Do you have an offer of proof to provide, sir?
We can go past all that. I don't need to ask them questions. It's too much of an issue. It's too much of a problem.
Mr. Brooks, I'm going to ask you for a third time. Do you have an offer of proof related to
I just said no.
the
I just said no. I just said that.
All right, thank you. Then based upon there being no offer of proof, then my decision stands. As to the continuation of the examination of Ms. Patterson, I would like an offer of proof as to what you believe her probative and relevant testimony will be from this point forward.
I mean, I don't know how she's going to answer the rest of the questions. There's not that many questions left. I was almost done.
What topics generally were you going to question her about?
I guess I'll have to look in here because so much that happened since over the past hour and a half or so. I can tell you one thing. I don't intend to have too many more questions. I'll tell you that. I was almost finished.
I need an offer of proof as to what you believe her testimony would be, meaning what topics? And are they topics that have not already been covered either through her direct examination from the state, your cross-examination, or already covered by your direct?
I don't remember her. What do you mean by related to her direct? Is that from the last time she testified?
From the first date that she testified and from today. What new topics will you be?
I don't remember everything she testified to the first time. It was 2 weeks ago.
Well, Mr. Brooks, this is your opportunity to prevent relevant and probative evidence, but under 906.11, she's already been questioned now twice by you. So what new topics do you intend to question her about when she comes back on the witness stand?
What do you mean by new topics?
Topics that you haven't already covered.
What, pursuant to the police report or something? Is that what you're asking? No, I don't understand.
I'm asking you. I'll ask you once again, sir, give me an offer of proof as to what you believe your questioning will be as to Ms. Patterson going forward.
And you say it related to topics, right?
You can just give me the topics. I think that's fair.
I wanted to ask questions about the police reports. That was the last few questions. That's why I'm saying it was only...
Is it a statement that she wrote?
I don't know if it's a statement that she wrote in here.
Do you see a written statement with her signature on it?
I'll have to go through all the paperwork.
Is there a written statement from Ms. Patterson?
No, Your Honor.
It's my understanding Detective Guth spoke to her on both occasions. Is that right?
Yes, with Detective Barrett with him on the first occasion. Detective Barrett wrote that first report. Both interviews were also recorded.
Previously provided with discovery?
Absolutely.
What about the police report, sir? Do you want to question her about, so I know with specificity?
Oh, I'm looking at it now. How many officers did reports? Because it seemed like it's more than just two. At least from this paperwork, is more than two.
May I have available to show me what Mr. Brooks is referring to? I can maybe help and try and explain, but
Sure.
I don't know what he's talking about.
can't find turn the first page to that, but whoever that officer is right there. I have to snatch it.
So I've got,
Pages 2 and 3 out of 6 from Detective Barron's report under Waukesha Police Department incident number 21-047533. This is one of the 2 reports we've been talking about regarding the statements that Ms. Patterson gave to detectives on November 21st and then on November 22nd. This is the first statement.
Is that the officer you just said?
Yes.
What about that report do you want to question this witness about?
The report is not in order, so again, as I stated before, I would have to read it.
Mr. Brooks, I trust that you're prepared. These are your witnesses. So what about that report do you want to question Ms. Patterson on?
Your Honor, I just stated 3 times I would have to read a little bit of this to form the questions.
Under my authority, under 906.11, then, and given that this witness was initially called by the state, there was a full and fair opportunity for cross-examination by Mr. Brooks at that time, and they had ample time this morning to question her. I will declare that his questioning of her to be closed. I will bring the witness out on the witness stand and then we'll bring the jury out, and then I will simply ask the state if there are any questions, and then we'll move on from there.
Just so I understand what do you mean by closed?
I'm not allowing you to ask her any additional questions, given your full and fair opportunity that you had previously when she was called by the state, and given the opportunity you had this morning and your failure to identify for this court any probative and relevant information that she would testify to about what's in that report.
How do I, first of all, the report isn't even in order. So I would have to essentially read at least some of it to even ask a
Mr. Brooks,
question.
this is your witness. I expect that you will be prepared and you will not cause delay by any lack thereof. So I'm bringing the witness out, the jury will come out, and you will not have another opportunity to ask any additional questions unless the state asks questions on cross-examination.
So what is we bringing the witness out for?
I
then
have
if
to do
can't?
that in front of the jury.
Man, I object to that ruling too. Can you give me a lawful law why?
Your objection is noted for the record. If you start interrupting me when the jury comes out or make any commentary, you will be removed to the other courtroom, and that's.
So I'm being held in contempt again?
No, it's not contempt, sir. It's a finding under Illinois versus Allen. It's a warning that you will forfeit your right
So I might
to
as
be
well
present.
I might as well have just
No
stayed over
such
there.
contempt finding.
I might as well have just stayed over there then if I was
Mr.
going to get held in
Brooks,
contempt.
that decision is for you and you alone to make, and it is based on your conduct. If you're going to
Just
continue.
take me over there. Just take me over there because I'm not finna get held in contempt for nothing.
I have not held you in contempt.
You did.
You're
You're attempting to hold me in contempt. That's what that is.
No, that's not contempt.
So is it civil or criminal? Why am I being
Mr.
held
Brooks?
in contempt?
I'm going to keep you in here because
that's the whole reason I didn't want to
call
come.
the next witness, and I'm going to need
Your
to
Honor.
bring you over in any event.
That's the whole reason why I didn't want to come over here because you was going to find a reason to hold me in contempt.
Well, I'm finding a reason, and it's not contempt, but I'd find a reason to remove you based upon your disruptive outbursts.
Well, then remove me if
and
that's
your-
what you want to do. Remove me then.
I don't want to do it, sir. I
Obviously
want
you
in
do.
this courtroom.
Obviously you do. You brought it up before we can even get to.
All right. Mr. Brooks has forfeited his right to be present in this courtroom for the remainder of this witness. Even
So
though
did
it will be
I
short,
actually forfeit that right?
you have forfeited your right to be present.
And
As
how
the-
did I forfeit that right, Your Honor?
All right, we're going off the record so that he can be removed to the other courtroom, and he can call his next witness after we complete with Ms. Patterson and giving the state an opportunity from the neighboring courtroom. And once you can promise to this court that you will abide by the rules of decorum and civility, and if you're willing to conduct yourself consistently within that, then I will allow you to come back over.
So why am I being held in contempt now?
I'm not holding you in contempt.
Then what did I do?
All right, I'm going to step off. You've interrupted repeatedly. I'm going to step off.